Hey ladies and gents, this is Linda, Chic777, and if you tuned into part 1, this is part 2 of my real-time start to finish project with my little stick pin book. So let me move my sign out of the way. Now in my last video, I told you what I was going to do, which is I was going to go ahead and sew around the perimeter. I was going to sew my lace around the perimeter. Now you don't have to sew, okay? You can totally just take it and, cut it into like 4 strips, 2 for long, and 2 for short, and totally hot glue it. You do not have to sew anything together. You can hot glue. I would probably use a wet glue, like Beacon's 3-in-1 or the Beacon fabric tack, to put your fabric against your felt, okay, to put those two together. So I would probably use a wet glue because, hot glue can kind of tend to make great big, bulges in the glue. So wet glue would probably be better to, put the book together as far as your fabric and your felt on the inside. Okay, and then I went ahead and sewed my lace to the inside as well, and also I went ahead and sewed my little strips that I was going to use to tie the book together in a little bow. I did that on both sides, and again you can hot glue this. Now what I would do is if you're hot gluing, I would hot glue the perimeter, the lace on the front and the back, and then I would hot glue your strips of fabric that you're going to use to tie your book together. Your strips of lace. I mean, you could use fabric. It would be kind of cute if you used fabric and tore little strings off and had it, kind of a distressed looking edge there, if you know what I mean. But anyway, and then I would hot glue this to either the back side of the fabric or, the back side of your piece of felt. And then I would take your piece of fabric and wet glue and put it all together. That way this is all hidden, okay? So do you understand what I'm saying? So again, put your laces on the front, put your laces on the back, then put your lace in between, hot glue your lace in between your front and back piece, and then glue the fronts and backs together, okay? So maybe I should have started out with that. Sounded a little bit better. All right, so this is what we've got. Now I haven't... I went ahead, like I said, and sewed this piece to the center page, and then I sewed a couple of pieces on the other side as well. I'm not quite done with that yet, but I haven't sewn it together to this piece because on this, let's call it back page, I want to make a little pocket, and so I kind of want to, and I'm going to hot glue the little pocket, so I kind of want to start the little hot gluing process here first and then go ahead and sew this, okay? So let me let me go into where I'm at here. Okay, so these are my pieces I want to make my little pocket with. I've got a cute little double-sided scallop lace, and I got a real pretty little crochet trim, and I'm just going to glue that on top of the other. But what I want to do is in this, like the book closes this way, okay, in this lower corner I want to make a little pocket. Okay, and I am going to use my hot glue for that, and I'm going to hot glue it, actually, yeah, and I'm going to hot glue it right along the edges because we want this part to remain open because it is a pocket. But first, before I do that, I'm going to glue this piece to this because we don't want to hot glue this and then hot glue this down because then otherwise, guess what? You've just closed your pocket. So first thing I'm going to do is hot glue this to the center. Just kind of a nice little strip right along there, and then we're going to let that cool off. If you use just one piece of lace, that'll work fine. But we're going to kind of hot glue that together. And I'm using one of my little sticky mat things, so hot glue it together. And then, was I on camera when I hot glued that? Hot glue that together. I don't know why I can't get myself in camera frame this go around. Let that dry really good. Okay, so that's really good and dry. And then what I'm going to do is hot glue this right down, like I said, on the bottom and on the sides. Okay, so let's start this way. Get in frame. There we go. I'm going to hot glue down one side here at first. Place that down. I think what throws me off is I want you guys to be able to see, but I feel like I should have drew a square on my little sheet here so I know to stay inside that square. Okay, and then now I'm going to hot glue along the bottom edge. I'm going to do it on my lace. Am I in? Okay, I'm going to do it on my lace. Making our little pocket there. And then I'm going to go ahead and hot glue this side down, even though when I sew this to the center, it will probably glue, it'll, you know, sew that down. But like I said, I wanted to do this first because when I put that pocket on, it kind of covers it just a little bit. And then, you know what I'm going to do? Since this is a pocket, I want to put a little piece of transparency right underneath here. And the reason I'm going to do that, because I'm going to be hot gluing to the front of this, okay? That's a little trick that I do. So I'm going to pull out a little piece of acrylic or a piece of transparency. And let me get... I've got a piece of that right around here somewhere. All right, let me come over here and grab it. You can even cut off like a piece of plastic off of some packaging. Doesn't matter. Okay, what I have is like a little piece of this acrylic stuff. It's blue because you have to peel the backing off. So what I'm going to do is cut like just a little square of that, or a little rectangle piece of that first. And I'm thinking, yeah, right about there. Like I said, you can do it on a little piece of transparency, you know, like for inkjet printers. This is a little bit thicker. You can cut like a piece of plastic off the backing of something. You know, would work just fine. Like if you had an old piece of packaging, you can cut a piece of packaging plastic off of that. Either way. And then I'm going to cut like a little, right there, a little piece. Probably, ideally, I should have done it before I glued it down, but that's okay. And I'm wondering, yeah, it's kind of already stuck there. Probably what I could have done, I just totally forgot all about it, is when I went to glue this piece on, I could have slipped a piece of this underneath it and then glued this right to that so that it would glue right to this piece and then go around and do the perimeters. So I hope that made sense. Should have laid this underneath the first lace and then laid the second, you know, the pink lace on top and glued right to it. Let me make sure this is going to fit. And I don't want it really seen. Perfect. Okay, see, you can't really see that I've got a piece of transparency under there, but there it's going to be. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little strip. There it is, and this is like, I got this at Joann's, really thick. I'm going to glue like a little, see if I have time to do it. If I don't have time to get this in, I will switch to wet glue. There we go, I got it in there. Excellent. And I'm going to put just a couple dabs at the tip top to close the lace on it. Okay. All right, now we've got a little pocket, and I can glue my stuff on top of that, okay? So now let's get back to this. I want to glue my little page on. See how my little page went right over that? So I'm glad I glued that down first. I at least did something right. Might have forgot the plastic, but I at least did something right. Okay, so what I want to do is kind of pin this just in a little spot so I know where to sew. There we go. I'm going to actually put 2 pins in it. There we go. I'm going to make sure, yeah, definitely make sure that I sew over just a little bit because I don't want to sew on that plastic. And again, you can totally hot glue down the center, okay? But since I started sewing mine, I'm going to keep on sewing. All right. Does not want to go through this fabric. Always on video, right? Yeah, that ain't going to work. It's not straight. There we go. Get in there, you little booger. There we go. Are we in? Okay, finally. All right, and then so what I'm going to do, because I am going to sew it just a bit, and you're watching real time, right? I'm just going to do this. You'll see my fabric going through. How about them apples? It's just one little line, so it's not much noise. But here we go. Okay. Alright, done. You got to see me sew on camera. And I'm not going to cut my strings off a whole lot. Because like I said before, I like to kind of keep them on there. So a lot of you, when I'm doing swaps with you and stuff, and you get my projects and the little threads are all hanging off, I mean to do that. Okay? Alright, so now let's get this right back into frame. At least I sewed on camera correctly. Alright, so this is what we've got. It's all sewn. Got our little pocket going on there. This is like our little page. Okay, so then when it closes together, we're starting to look like a little book. Totally cute. And then what I want to do, because, you know, I've got a couple laces there, but this is rough looking. I don't really like that. So what I did is I took, you know, some of Saw's flower trim I showed you earlier, and I'm going to hot glue that right over, kind of right off in the center there. And I left it a little bit long. It kind of hangs off the page end because that's how I want it. So let me get my glue gun back in view here and another glue stick because I'll need it soon. And let's start doing a little bit of gluing of our cute little flower trim. Just kind of right up tip top of that lace, so the pink lace shows just a little bit. Do just a couple flowers at a time, but then it hides kind of the yuckiness because I didn't sew it very good. But just enough to get it in place because I knew I was going to cover it. Okay, now see, that's looking cuter, huh? My cute little stick pin book. I've been wanting to make one of these forever. Okay, now let's go back to my pocket. I want to bring up my iPad picture here so I remember what I had. Okay, so let's push that over. Let's see, I'm going to pin that out of the way for a minute so it won't keep flopping back on the work. So we've got our little pocket, and I picked out this cute little card here. What I did, I found it at a garage sale. I don't remember what else was in it. It was in something and I threw it out. There it is. I just cannot seem to find it. But it says a box of thoughts for friends. And I just thought that was so super cute. And inside was all these cute little cards with different little friend quotes on them. So I picked one out I thought was kind of cute, just to tuck in the pocket. I think I got the thing for like $1. And like I said, this was in something that I didn't like, some little container or something. So I've got that. And I want to make sure I kind of, you know, distress the edges a little bit. I am going to do this, because I seem to want to be right there. We go. So just distress the edge a little bit, just so it doesn't look too plain. I should have sewn that little piece, and why didn't I? So let's just go over and sew that little piece, right? Okay, so you get a sideways view. Let's bring it in and let's do a little sewing. And back over. Okay, we're moving right along, huh? All right, and I'm gonna cut my little strand just a little bit here. Super cute, and I'll tuck that right in the little pocket there. Super stinking cute! And then I've got a few other little things here. I have this cute little frame, and I already kind of glued. I put little brads through it, and I kind of glued those on the back so they wouldn't move. And then I've got one of these cute little crochet flowers from I Am Roses. And I've got a cute little bow over here I want to use. I already tied it into a little bow. And then I've got this cute little paper clip from my stash. I think Christy sent these to me too. There, and then I want a little, one of the little peach flowers that I did. And then I want one of these cute little tiny flowers. And then, oh, I want a little cute Prima Angel. Yeah, we're going to get all this on this little pocket. And then this is a little Woodward from Saw. And gosh, I think I forgot to spray that. So let me give it a little spray here. Perfect. Give that a little spray of glitz. And let's do a little heat set on it. Excellent. And then let's go ahead and ink that around the corners. All right, looking cute, huh? And then, I don't know if it's going to work, but I got this cute little butterfly. It's like a crocheted butterfly. I can't remember. Oh, these are from Martha Stewart. I think I got it at Joann's, and it came with 3 little crocheted butterflies. So I'm thinking I want to put that little butterfly right up here, kind of hanging off the edge, right there. All right, got to get back in view. Okay, so I think that's what I'm going to do, and it's got sticky on the back. But I'm still going to add a little bit of hot glue. So let's tend to that first. Okay, let's add, like I said, a little bit of hot glue. Kind of help it so the sticky doesn't come off, because sometimes these stickies aren't real sticky. And I'm just going to kind of put it right in there. And so now it looks like I've got a cute little applique butterfly hanging out there. I kind of like that, huh? That's pretty. Okay, and there we go. Sorry, tapping my, put this in the pocket, tapping my iPad there to get my picture so I remember what I laid out. And then I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set this frame right here. Okay, and I've got my handy dandy Loctite glue, just like E6000, but without the smell. And we are going to hot glue my little frame on there. not hot glue, but glue. I know you couldn't see that, but you don't need to see me gluing, right? Okay. I think I want it kind of slanted just a bit. So we'll kind of hold that in place a little bit. Just for a second. Give it nice, and then we're going to go ahead and I always want to say hot glue. I don't know what it's doing. So we're going to go ahead and put a little glue on this little wood piece from Saw Crafters. It's cute. Make sure I got enough glue in the spot it's going to hold here. And actually what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little piece of hot glue right down the center to kind of hold it in place as the glue dries here. There, that's looking cute. Okay, and then what I want to do is add my little bow down here. So I'm going to add it right on, and in hot glue again, I'm going to go ahead and add it. Let's see, where's my front and my back? That kind of looks like the front. All right. So I'm going to do a little bit of hot glue, add it right kind of underneath the little Adore tag there. Want to let that show. Super cute. Get my little pin here because y'all know how I just love the hot glues being seen. Not. Okay. And then I'm going to hot glue my little crocheted flower here, right up kind of underneath that bow. I'm trying to find, I'll use my scissors. I like it to kind of squish in. Kind of give it a little bit of a squished look. There we go. And then I'm going to hot glue my little peach flower down in there. Am I on camera? Tell me I'm on camera. Okay, I'm trying to stay right over here because I know that's on camera. I'm going to kind of tuck this right underneath that. Oh my goodness, how cute is that? I'd say all in all, maybe, I took some time picking out, by the time taking and picking out like the fabric I wanted to use and, getting all the pieces together and then actually putting this together, maybe a couple hours because, trying to pick stuff out and see what embellishments you want on it and this and that. So not too long of a project, and kind of get your juices flowing if you don't have much mojo. So cute little paper clip heart. I'm just going to tuck this right. Let's see, it's got to go this way, I think. It's kind of hard to do this because that Band-Aid on my finger. There we go. Oh, nope, it does have to go this way because the heart has to be seen. Duh. Well, I'm trying to get it on the acrylic and then over that. There we go. I knew it would work. There, got my cute little heart there. And then I'm going to do the cute little Prima Angel right over on the other side there. We'll put a little hot glue down too so it's something to stick while we're waiting for it to stick. And I'm just going to tuck it right in over here. Hanging on that cute little guy. Or the cute little guy hanging on the cute little ribbon. It's all cute! There, huh? Look at that. Right? Oh, I love it. Okay. Reach over and touch my little iPad there again. Okay, so I'll unpin that. So there's the little pocket in the back. Cute little thing tucked in there. Pages are done here. And here's all done. So now we're going to go to the front and decorate the front a little bit. I don't want a lot in here because this is, let me grab a stick pin or two. This is where I'm going to, I know, my little stick pin holder. Got some of these cute little stick pins that Gisela gifted me. And, you know, we'll just kind of stick them right in here like this. See? And then I've got some stick pins that Irina, the Passion for Craft, gifted me. I mean, super cute, see? It can hold our cute little stick pins. I love it. So you got stick pin here and here and here. You could even put stick pin there if you want. And some stick pins on the back here. That's super cute. Okay. All right, so let's mosey on over to the front portion. Let me put another glue stick in my glue gun here. Okay, let's head on to this front and glue it and get it together. I'm sure you guys are tired of spending time with me. So, you know, I like to put lots of laces on here. So I've got some laces and trims all picked out. This is just, it's from a big wide lace. I grabbed it so I could show you. I got it at a garage sale. It looks like this, and all I did was just trim off the gathered edge there. This is cute eyelet lace, a cream color. So that's what we're going to put here, kind of off the front. And you know how I like to hang my laces right off the front there. And then I'm going to add another piece of this lace like I did on the inside, and that's just going to kind of cover right there. And then I got some of this lace. This came from the Piece by Piece. We're going to just kind of cover that right on there. And then I've got just a little piece of this trim from my stash. We're just going to kind of put it on there like that. Okay, so let's commence the gluing. All right. That's just right in the spot I want it to be. Maybe I'll move it up just a skosh there. Still in view. I'm going to turn it this way so I can see what I'm doing. Still in view. Let's go this way. Perfect. All right. Let's do a little hot gluing right along the perimeter here. Get this thing in place. And right along this way. Gotta hold my glue stick down in there. Hot glue. Excellent. I gotta get my little hot glue helper. Oh, where is it? There is my hot glue helper. I have shoved it in a spot and I don't know where it's at. Let me look at my little basket over here. Here, hot glue gun helper. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, I found it. My little hot glue crayon here. Okay, got it. I know, poor me and my finger, huh? Not a funny story, but earlier today I was getting some stuff out for a rack to send to a friend, and one of my little glass jars of buttons fell over, and I looked at the jar first and nothing was broke on it, but I was gathering, it fell over in the closet, and so then I was gathering the buttons, and I got into a corner and my thumb did hit a big chunk of glass and just sliced it right open. And I remember that glass was from, I'd say 3 or 4 months ago. One of those jars, another one had fallen off and it did break. So I, thought I picked up all the glass, but, obviously there's a little piece stuck in the corner. So, that's how I got my old boo-boo. I know. I hope it heals good, because being on chemo, you really got to watch out for that because it's going to take longer to heal and stuff. Okay, let's get this piece on. Kind of do that in the middle so I see a little bit of roughly coming out